Okay, let's organize my iPad. There's literally no static, like this just default iPad look. So I thought it would be fun, instead of just making what's on my iPhone, we could organize and set up the iPad together. I made a video like this for my iPhone, so I guess this is gonna be like a part 2, but for why did I just hit myself? But for the iPad. So I kind of have like a process I follow every time I want to organize and set up an aesthetic for my iPhone. So I think I'm just gonna do the same for this iPad. So let's go right into Pinterest. So the first step is obviously choosing an aesthetic, and there is no better place for getting aesthetic inspiration than Pinterest. So just search up iPad home screen ideas or something similar, and always use the word aesthetic. Very important. Oh, okay, so I do see like a common theme between all of these, and it's like the gradient background. Oh, it's called an aura background, aura wallpaper maybe. Okay, so if we press one, the actual wallpaper of the picture will pop up. So we could actually just use this one. This is so cute for Valentine's Day. Wait, okay, we're gonna save that. So okay, we could also just search up aura colors and we will get so many options. Let's just download a bunch of them and just try them all out, honestly. Okay, so we got a few really cute wallpapers downloaded, and I'm actually gonna make it super easy for you guys, so I'm gonna post them to my Pinterest. Okay, so now let's go into wallpaper and settings. Wait, that's so cute. Okay, so I think we could do this one for a lock screen. Let's see how it looks. Adorable. I think we're gonna try to go with a pink theme because I actually ordered a whole set of pink accessories for this iPad. Okay, so for the home screen, I don't know if we're gonna do bright pink. I feel like that's too much for me personally, but it kind of matches the wallpaper of my iMac. Kind of. Maybe like this one. This is what the home screen wallpaper looks like. It doesn't really look too cute right now just because there's so many apps, but I think it has potential. Okay, so let's start organizing the apps. So we're just gonna organize the apps I currently have into a bunch of folders, and probably also remove some of them from the home screen. Okay, so it looks a little bit better. I decided to remove pretty much all apps from the little like menu bar. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3 folders. So one for like utilities, like pretty much basic apps, and then one for, well, this is gonna be my social media, but I so far only have YouTube downloaded, and then photo and video. And then down at the bottom I have sketchbook, Pinterest, calendar, and GoodNotes. Okay, so next step is downloading essential iPad apps. I just downloaded a bunch of apps, but I'm gonna walk you through them once I finish setting everything up. So the next thing I'm gonna do is make a vision board in GoodNotes, and then create a shortcut for the vision board so I can keep it on the home screen. So you can just open a random page in GoodNotes. I have this notebook called 2023 where I basically put everything related to this year. So I have like study goals, reading list. So I'm also gonna do a vision board on here, and you can add any pictures in your camera roll if you press this little image up here, but we need some good pictures. So we're gonna go to Pinterest again, and I actually already have a whole Pinterest board with my 2023 vision. So I'm just gonna pick a bunch of pictures from here. If you want to get any of these pictures for your vision board, feel free to just go to my Pinterest. But otherwise, just look up some good pictures on Pinterest that you really feel something when you look at. Like, don't just pick a picture just because you feel like this would look good on a vision board. Like, actually choose pictures that you genuinely feel something when looking looking at. Like maybe you get a good feeling and just pictures that relates to what you want to achieve for this year. It doesn't even have to be good pictures. When your vision board is done, in order to add it to the home screen, you just go into the shortcuts app and then press plus button to add a new shortcut, and then you can just search for good notes and choose the notebook or the note that you just did. So it's kind of hard because they're all called the same, but it's gonna be the one at the bottom if you just created it. So yeah, so you just press that and then go to the 3 lines and press add to home screen, and here you could put in a name, but I like to just keep it blank, and then you can add a picture as the app icon. So you can just choose one that you just had for the vision board, and then it's gonna pop up at the home screen. So it's honestly real simple. I think this is a great way to actually look at your vision board sometimes, because I feel like you just make it and you have to like go into good notes and then look through like your whole notebook. Like it's just a longer process than clicking this app icon. So this is great if you just want to look at the vision board in the morning when you wake up. Like this is a really good tip. So I'm gonna do a few more shortcuts just for the pages I want to look at like every morning. Little Molly just needs to make an appearance in the video. Little teddy bear. She's getting so big. Okay, I feel like we're actually getting somewhere. So the first app icon is my vision board, as I already showed you, and then my Notion weekly to-do list. And then I have my goals for 2023, and then I have my video or social media planner. So I feel like that's just gonna make it a lot easier having this on the home screen of the iPad on the first page. So in the morning I can just go into all of these ones instead of getting distracted by like everything else. Okay, but for the next step we gotta do some cute widgets, because these ones are just not that cute. Again, just go on Pinterest to find some cute widgets, and then you go into Widgetsmith, and that's how you're gonna be able to do custom pictures for the widgets. Okay, so the first page is pretty much finished, I think. I'm actually pretty happy with it, and I think it's like a good first page, like a landing page without too many distractions. So the first widget just says trust the process. It's like a great reminder. And then I have this aesthetic clock. It's from the app Flip Clock. Also, if you open the app, you have this really aesthetic clock that you can use as a screensaver. So I have like the mini version of that as a widget, and then I have 2 pictures, one of the beach and one of a smiley that says do what makes you happy. And I have my reminders, which I don't really put any reminders in the reminders app. I mostly have it in my Notion to-do list, but I put like some cute little quotes or things I want to remember like every day. Oh, and I just switched to night mode. And then I have make yourself proud, a big widget, and then the app icons as I already showed you. So I'm pretty happy with that for now. So now we just gotta do the second page as well. Okay, so I just finished the second page that took like 2 hours. Honestly, I usually try to go with really minimalistic and one color only, and I feel like this is a little bit more colorful maybe than I usually do, but I do like it. I try to go with the main colors, which are pink and yellow. So first I have a YouTube widget, so it's really easy. If I want to search up a video on YouTube, I can just use this widget. And then I got a picture widget of the sky. I actually think I have this exact same picture as a widget on my iPhone. So if you want to check out the what's on my iPhone, I'll link it down below. And then I have a little, I wasn't sure what to put under this, so I just put a random, like, what's it called, like live sun clock. But basically it shows at what time the sun sets. And as you can see, like, the sun is never up during the winter. These are the only hours it's actually up, and here's like when it sets. But yeah, I used Widget Smith for that one. And then I have a less perfection, more authenticity widget, which I think is a great reminder, whether it's work or just personal life, like, it doesn't have to be perfect, and I am such a perfectionist, so I feel like this is a good reminder. A little puppy wants to join. And then I have a shortcut for my notes. Yeah, I'm planning Valentine's Day. It shows the last notes I opened. And then this widget is kind of interesting because it's like my daily habits basically, and I think this is such a great way to actually stick with the habits if you have it on your home screen. So for example, I have a goal to work out 30 minutes every day, and then read 10 pages every day, do a mind game, listen to a podcast, block distractions every night before I'm going to bed. So it has a reminder for 10 p.m. and then brush my teeth 2 times a day, which yes, I do need a reminder for. But yeah, so if we check this one off, you can see that it's gonna be checked off on the widget as well. So then for the apps, I have Clock, which I thought it would just be easier to put it directly on the screen instead of in the folder, because I do use the clock kind of frequently for stopwatch and timers and stuff like that. I like to have my iPad in the kitchen with me when I'm cooking. Then I have Notion. This is my content planner, which I already created a shortcut for. And then I also have my to-do list. But yeah, this is so much easier to use on the iPad than the iPhone, because here I have like a bigger overview. And then I have utility apps, so settings, app store, reminders, notes, books. I do love to read on my iPad. I have all my books here on the iPad. I'm currently reading The 4-Hour Work Week, and it's so good. I don't know if I should invest in a Kindle maybe, because I do love to read on a tablet instead of an actual book, but I don't know, I feel like the iPad just works for it. And then I have FaceTime, which I actually noticed is so cool on the iPad because it has face tracking.
Baby, you get
basically you can like track your reading and put up reading goals. So for example, read 30 minutes every day, a monthly goal, how many hours, and then you can follow your statistics. So every time you start reading a book, you start a timer on here and it will like track your reading time. Okay, and then another app I recently downloaded is Timo, which is a good way to plan your days. So pretty much when you start up the app, you put in like, I can relate to these options. I find it hard to start a task, and then my main goal is to feel on top of things, and then it kind of customizes the app for you. So they have an option for you to get help making a weekly plan. So either you could just do that or you could customize your own. So if you add a task, you can put in when it should start and the duration. So then it's pretty cool because when you go into the app, you have this overview of the current task, like what's going on right now. It shows you this activity circle so you can see how much time you have left. I feel like it's a more interactive way of seeing your tasks rather than just keeping them on a to-do list. Instead of just looking at your to-do list and feeling overwhelmed, you can just go to the Right Now tab and check what you're supposed to do right now and start with that instead of trying to decide what to start with from a never-ending to-do list, because I feel like that can be very overwhelming. And then we have motivation, which is quotes, motivational quotes. So you can put in how many reminders you want per day. Default is 10 reminders, but I like to do like 1 or 2 reminders because I felt like when I had 10 reminders, I just swiped them all away because it was just too much. And then I just have my photos. I don't think it's that interesting, but I do have almost 15,000 photos. If you want to, let me know in the comments how many pictures you have in your camera album, because I think it's really interesting to compare, because I don't know if 15,000 pictures is a lot or if that's like the usual for people these days. I don't know. Anyways, then I have a freelancer app, which is either you could apply for freelancing jobs or put up ads for different positions. But yeah, that's it for the lifestyle folder. And then I have Spotify. I like to use Spotify instead of Apple Music. I don't know why, really. I've just never really gotten stuck with Apple Music, but I've heard that apparently Apple Music is like supposed to have better audio if you're using Apple headphones. I don't know if that's true, but maybe I should actually give it a try. Anyways, and then I just have Safari. So yeah, that's everything on the second page. And then for my photos folder or editing folder, I actually moved it down here. So I have color tone, which is really great for like filters, and then Visco, photo room. This is what I used to make my thumbnails. I'm not gonna go too much into it because I've already showed you guys in my what's on my iPhone videos. I think you all know what Canva is, but it's especially good with iPad, I think. Just making thumbnails, different designs, collages, and then I have an app called Colors or Cooler. I don't know how to say that, but this is really good for creating color palettes. So pretty much you can generate different color palettes, or you could also pick colors from image. So for example, like this one, it's gonna show you the color palette of that image, which I think is really cool. You can use this for so many different purposes, like if you're an artist, even for your Instagram feed, if you want to have like the same color palette. And that's everything for my photos and videos. I'll also show you the sketchbook app because I never showed you it, and it's one of my favorite apps on the iPad. So here you can see I've actually done like all my thumbnails. So for example, on here you see I've done the little like doodles. I don't know what they're called. You have so many different pencils, and you can do predictive stroke, which is basically that it helps you create those sharp lines. So like if this is my line, it's gonna correct it. And then I have Pinterest down here, and then Fonto. I feel like a lot of people know what Fonto is, and I've talked about this app in so many of my what's my iPhone videos. But pretty much you can add text here. This is the text I usually use for my thumbnails, and you can curve it, you can add a shadow, It's pretty simple. You can also download your own fonts. And then GoodNotes. I only have the free version of GoodNotes, so I only have 3 notebooks, which are 2023 book notes and to do. But I do love taking notes on this iPad. For example, when reading this book, the book was Words That Change Minds, so I did this like cover and then I took notes of basically every chapter. After reading the book, I definitely remembered more of the book and actually felt like I'd gotten more value from it compared to when I don't take notes. I think a lot of times when I read the words, but I don't really understand what I'm reading. But when you're taking notes, like, you have to actually know what you're writing down. It does take a little bit longer time to get through the book, obviously, but I still recommend it. This is probably the main reason I got the iPad, to be able to take notes on the iPad and not have a bunch of papers, because that's just not happening. Okay, my puppy thinks I need to be done with filming. Oh my god. Okay, she's eating my nose up. I think we need to give her some attention. But thank you so much for watching if you stuck with me until now. But yeah, if you have any good iPad app tips, definitely comment, because I honestly haven't used my iPad too much. I only recently got it like 2 months ago. Alright, but see you soon. Bye!